As we move through this section of Truah, or shattering, we come to one of the most ancient parts of the liturgy, a piyut known as Vayitnu Lecha Keter Melucha. We give to you, Keter, sovereignty. This poem dates back to the 7th century, and it's cryptic in some ways what it means. Vayitnu Lecha Keter Melucha. We give to you, Keter, sovereignty, which begs the question, what or who is Keter? In the Jewish mystical arena, Keter is the highest realm of the divine energy that flows into the world. It's the first pulsations of divine presence that leads to existence as we know it. It is, in essence, the love of the divine for humanity that sets all of creation in motion. And so when we chant, Vayitnu Lecha Keter Melucha, and we give to you, Keter, sovereignty, we are in essence saying, we give to you love, sovereignty. I invite you to contemplate for a moment what it would mean to have love as sovereign in your life. As the poet Bob Dylan says, everybody's got to serve someone. And I know in my life, sometimes I'm serving anger, oftentimes I'm serving impatience. What would it mean to serve love? And this isn't simply about saying nice things about love, though that's always a lovely thing to do. It's about serving love. Love isn't always easy. Love is work. Love is effort. Love is compromise. Love is devotion. Love is service. And I invite you to contemplate, as Ellen leads us in the chanting of Vayitnu Lecha Keter Melucha, what it would mean for you in your life, in your relationships, not simply to be open to love, not simply to be in favor of love, but to serve love, to work for love. After Ellen leads us in the chanting, we'll hear from BHA member Enid Schwartz on what it is to live a life in service of love. Enid lives here in the Hudson Valley with her husband Arnie, their adult children, Hara, Randy, Evan, Laura, Howard, and Chris, and their grandchildren, Oliver and Simon, Isabel, and Chloe.
ויעתיו כל עבדיך, ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה, ויברכו שם כבודך, ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה, ויגידו באים צדקך, ויתנו לך Keter Melucha, yadadai, 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 visaldu v'chi lafanecha, vayitnu lecha Keter Melucha, ve'at rucha Nezer tifara, vayitnu lecha keter melucha, vayiftachu harim rina, vayitnu lecha keter melucha, yadadai, 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 ויצהלו אם במלכך, ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה, וקבלו עול מלכותך עליהם, ויתנו לך כתר מלוכה, ורוממוך בהיקלם, ויתנו לך Keter Melucha, yadadai, 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 vayishmeu rechokim v'yavohu, vayitnu lecha melucha, Vayitnu Lecha, Keter melucha, Yadadai, 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 Yadadai.
I have always thought that the most potent emotion is love. I watched my parents live a life strengthened by the intense love they had for one another. My mom lost my dad when she was just 49 and he was 53. I wondered how she would survive without his love and strength to guide and support her. I always saw my father as the strong one in their relationship. I worried about my mother, who I ever saw as the weaker of the two. As time passed, I began to realize that although I thought my mother was the weaker one in the relationship, she was the strength behind my father. He appeared to be stronger, but she was his rock. Their love for each other manifested itself as a union of blended characters and personalities. It was in depth and it was intense. Together they were a strength to be reckoned with. It was magic to watch. From a front row seat, I saw the required work and effort it took to understand and appreciate that a marriage based on love alone is not enough to sustain the hardships and the bumpy road that life lays before us. Life challenges our passion. It takes both love and commitment to honor love and nurture it against forces that make it hard to maintain. Arnie and I are close to celebrating our 62nd wedding anniversary this coming December. By the grace of God, we have been together for 65 years. We first met when I was 15, and he was an old man approaching 19. What is the secret of being able to sustain such a long and close relationship? I am asked that question all the time. Love is the answer. Love that appreciates that it must not just take. Love that remembers that all times will not be easy. Love that realizes that we won't always see things in the same light, that we must come to an understanding that respects the difference between us. Love that understands that as we grow, we will change, and our love has to honor and keep up with the changes. In my life, I have come to use a simple formula as my guide. As I understand it, marriage is not a 50-50 proposition. It is instead a 60-40 arrangement, with each person on the 60 ends of the equation. Our love works because we both try to give more than we take. We have made the love of our family in the center of our life. We realize that our love requires action. Love for one another is an integral part of how we function. When our children left for college, none of them returned home. Each went to another area and began to forge their lives. We were thrilled to see them each have the strength to use their own wings. Without a single word from either of us, each of our children, in their own time, informed us that they were returning to this area. What brought them back? Love did. Love for this beautiful area and the nature that abounds here. Love for one another. Passion for the value of being enriched by family. We realize that not everyone can make their lives work this way. We are very fortunate. Love has guided us, and we have guided our love. We know with certainty that we are richer for the love we have given. Love is strength. Love is its own reward. Love is the crown of our lives. Love is the sovereign force in my life. Hashanah Tova. I wish you love.